And what's better than staying aligned? Nothing. Staying aligned is everything.
Hi, I'm Garcia.
I'm Telly.
And we are the Her Castle Girls.
Hi.
Welcome to our channel. If you like videos about lifestyle, mindset, and all the good stuff that make for a better quality life, then click that subscribe button, like this video, and leave us a comment down below.
And we are so happy to bring you another episode of It's All Connected by the Her Castle Girls.
Yes.
So excited. And this topic this week is going to be actually really important. I think it's important for everyone. This relates to every single person. No matter how old you are, no matter where you are in your life or in your journey, this is going to be for you. So sit tight as you are about to sit and watch and listen to another episode of It's All Connected by Her Castle Girls.
Today we are talking about making important decisions. This is something we all go through. This is just life. This is what it is. As soon as you, like literally from the moment you get into daycare, kindergarten, life is about making decisions.
It is. Like, do you play with the pickup truck toy, or do you play with the Barbie? Do you share your toy, or do you keep it to yourself and be all selfish? Decision making, man. It's a rough road to walk.
It's a rough road to walk, and today what we're talking about is the idea of making important decisions, especially as an adult.
Sorry, kiddies.
Yeah, it's hard enough to do it as a kid, but I feel that the journeys we go through as children, it prepares us for those big life decisions that we have to make.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
The first mentor I had in mindfulness was a student of Bob Proctor, and he's one of the pioneers in the mindset game, the idea of rewiring and reprogramming your brain to optimize yourself and be the best version of yourself.
Yes.
And of course, his Instagram is always filled with great things. Even though he has passed, his Instagram is still updated with great and amazing pieces of information.
Absolutely.
He was still alive. He had put up a post that really resonated, and the post was 4 questions to use whenever you are about to make an important decision. And I think that in reading these, we kind of felt a way about it. We were like, yeah, these are the questions you should be asking yourself.
But it's funny, no, I don't think a lot of people really ask themselves questions to make the proper decision for that time.
Mindfulness has taken quite a journey since COVID became a part of our lives, and I feel that sometimes mindfulness is taken as a way to just get and do whatever you want because you deserve it, which we all deserve good things. We're all deserving of it, and we deserve to enjoy our lives. However, you have to ask yourself questions so that you are intentional, because what's happened is that people are doing things without thinking about it. And what mindfulness is truly about is about thinking, asking questions, and analyzing if something is right. And sometimes your intuition will lead you to the way where you should go. And sometimes we just ignore our intuition and do whatever we want. And then we suffer the consequence later and we say, oh man, you know, I thought that this was a bad idea, but I went with it because it seemed like the right thing to do because everybody's doing it, or best friend over there did it, or I heard someone did this once and it worked for them, so I did it too.
I agree. We just kind of go off of impulse.
Yeah.
The popular vote, you know, they'll be like, well, 3 against 1, and if the 3 say, let's do it, and you're kind of the odd one out, you just kind of go, although your intuition
have the right
is
to
saying
say no.
You can say no, but for some reason, it's funny, like when you're a kid, you always feel like, I don't want to be that kid, I don't want to be the only kid in the sandbox. Like we're always in this school childhood memory mode.
I know.
Where even as adults, when 3 people are like, let's go to dinner, and you clearly don't want to go to dinner, you just want to go home.
Well, before I go through these questions, I'm going to say this one thing. I'm going to remind you, for those that have been listening, watching this podcast for a while, you know that we believe that choice is the greatest way to show empowerment.
Agreed.
Choice is the only way for you to show your power. If you are not making choices, if you are not making choices that are intentional, you are giving your power to someone else, to other people. First question is, do I want to be, do, or have this? And the thing is like, okay, do I want to have that car?
Right.
Do I want to be a doctor? Do I have to have this apartment? And when you ask yourself that question, you're going to get your answer. The body is very responsive when you ask yourself questions, but we ignore it.
We ignore everything that our body tells us to do. You know, there's to be certain things like what you said just now. Let's go with the apartment, for example.
Right.
Maybe you're not financially ready yet to take on the responsibilities to have your own place. And you feel the anxiety rising inside of you at the very thought of saying, oh my gosh, can I do this? Maybe I should wait till I get a roommate, or maybe I should, chum up with my friend and see if we can both come in. But we always ignore the red flags and we just go gung-ho into the fire thinking, that's the saying, like, we'll build a plane as we go. We use that saying a lot as we're flying the plane.
That's basically how we run our careers.
Right? That's our mantra pretty much. And it works for a lot of things, but it can also backfire in a couple of things too.
And while you're building, we would ask questions.
And we asked questions.
We would ask for help. We would ask everyone, how do I do this? What do I do while we're building and flying?
Right.
Choice allows you the power, not only to be empowered, but it offers you the ability to shift your life story. Like, you can literally, because of choice, be living in one country and moving to another one.
Yeah.
You can change your life. You can shift your reality through the decisions you make. So why are you leaving it to strangers, to pretty marketing and social media? Not saying that you shouldn't be influenced by them, but are you asking questions as to, wow, you know what, I really love that apartment.
Right.
But do I need to have it? How can I get it? What do I need to do to get it and be comfortable paying the rent or paying the mortgage on that apartment? Rather than saying, well, I gotta have it because all my friends are moving into splash apartments. Second question. Will being, doing, or having this move me in the direction of my goal? This is basically checking in on the alignment. You have a husband or a boyfriend that's like, I want to go surfing in Australia for the next couple of years.
Right.
You're gonna come with me, and your dream is to go to Harvard to study law, maybe. Let's forget the doctor. Let's say you want to be a lawyer.
Okay.
And you want to go to Harvard.
Right.
But your boyfriend or your husband wants to go to Australia to surf. Then the direction is skewed.
Very much so.
You need to become aligned. And a lot of times the things that we take into our lives don't align to what our goals are. If your ultimate goal is home ownership, then you need to do the things that lead to home ownership.
Agreed. And you have to do things that align with you. And that's why, once again, asking that question. And when it comes to having a partner, because now you're not living, now it's you and someone else.
Yeah.
And that's an even bigger situation, because the scenario you created, if the guy wants to go surfing in Australia for a year, girl wants to become a lawyer, that's apples and oranges. Like, there's two totally different things.
You really need to check in on what do I want?
Right.
Not what I don't want, because we love to talk about what we don't want.
We always say what we don't
and
want.
that doesn't help us stay in alignment. If you ask any runner, anyone that races, what is the outcome you want out of running this race today? Well, the outcome is I want to win, right? The outcome isn't, well, I'm gonna start running,
and then
I
don't want to fall,
right? And I want to see a bunch of birds, but I don't want to fall, and I don't want to get a heel spur, and I don't want
just listing all the things you don't want
to get down on me and make me feel really hot and faint. Focus is where your energy flows.
That's it.
So if you are focused on what you do not want, you fall into the issue of not moving in the direction that you need to go to reach your goal.
Now you're just moving in fear, and you're just telling the universe, give me more of what I don't want, because that's all you keep thinking about. What do I not want? You're confusing yourself and you're confusing the universe. Stop confusing people.
The third question is being, doing, or having this in harmony with God's laws or the laws of the universe? There is a system, and the laws of the universe are basically as it is above, so it is below.
Right.
And if you, for instance, Tully was talking about the idea of keeping it simple. If you want something, you have to focus on that thing.
Right.
And focus on wanting it and the feeling of having it, rather than focusing on what you do not want. And the laws of the universe, for instance, if you want money, but you want money to do evil things to people, that's not actually the best vibe to be going at.
Point.
Remember, we want to stay at that vibe of, love and joy and enlightenment and peace. We want that good stuff. And the only way to have that good stuff is working in alignment. Now, if we think about the idea of even sacred contracts and the idea that all of us have a purpose.
Right.
And, if you're meant to be a teacher, in some capacity, in some way, if you allow the universe to just flow and move you to where you need to go, you will end up being a teacher.
Absolutely.
Maybe you won't be a teacher in a high school, but you could end up being a mom that teaches her kids. You could end up being an aunt that teaches her nephew. You could end up being a university teacher or a volunteer teacher, whatever it is. But if that is your purpose, the universe is going to find the path for you to take to get there. That's why sometimes some people, they'll leave an industry and come back to it. And then they'll leave again, but they end up back. And it's like, why do I keep on ending back here? Because that's what your purpose is.
That's your purpose. And it's human. We all try to push away what's meant for us because we feel in our mind that we should have something else. Because once again, we're trying to play universe, God, your divine source. You're trying to play that role.
Looking outward at other...
Looking at other successful people.
Right, and thinking
and you
that...
think, Samantha's a lawyer. I should be
so
a lawyer
why
too.
can't I be? But what if you were meant to be an artist?
What's so wrong? And then the sad part is that they're really good. Like, they're amazing painters, amazing sculptors, writers.
The last question is,
yes,
will being, doing, or having this violate the rights of others? So
Ooh.
This is big.
That's
because,
a heavy one.
Again, we want things. For instance, you want a boyfriend because you want to make your friend
jealous. First of all, are you in high school?
So unfortunately, there are adults that do. I want to have a nice car so I can show them all that I am successful. And this idea of success, wanting success so that you can make other people feel bad.
That's a no-no.
It's not gonna fly and it's not gonna last.
No.
We've had guests on our show and we've talked about this idea of, you know what, I wanted the success not for money to take care of my family, not for money to take care of myself, not for success just to prove to myself that I could do it,
right.
But I wanted the success so I could make them all feel bad.
Yeah, just really appalling. And I know it's
And
once again it's a human
unfortunately,
thing.
this is a human thing.
It's a human thing, and it sucks because it's funny when someone first starts doing something, they do have the right intentions, but it just seems like the more up the ladder they're getting some success in whatever it is they want to do, something happens where they just switch. You know what it's like? It's like that movie, The Devil's Advocate. If you have not seen it, make sure to watch. A great movie starring Al Pacino, Keanu Reeves, and Charlize Theron. That's a perfect example of what happens to a person that starts off in the right direction, but things get so out of hand that they lose their way. And that's usually what happens with people that want to just trade in the success because they want it for their family and friends and to support and to help their parents, and they switch that in to take it where it's like, look at me, look what I did.
I did it. I'm better than you.
Yeah, you're using it to say that you're better than other people, the same people that helped you get there in the first place. I could never do it. I don't know.
I mean,
I could not do that. No, that's just...
Again, and these are things...
Horrible.
The thing is,
Horrible.
humans don't realize their own behavior until they sit down and become aware of their behavior. When you are working on yourself, when you're doing the mindset work, when you're going to therapy, you become very, very clear on how humans behave. And if you want to be an overall good human being, being aware is the best way to start.
Being aware, you'll do all the things that we just mentioned. You'll ask yourself the right questions, and you'll be honest with yourself too. Like, don't ask the questions and then be like, and then continue on anyway down your path. Really question it and really decipher and take your time, because there's no rush. Just take it easy.
Make sure that you are taking charge of the choices you make. Make sure you're taking charge of living with positive beliefs. And remember that your choices shift your reality. When you keep that in your mind, you will always ask yourself questions that will keep you aligned.
We hope that this was helpful to you. And like we said, you're human. We all slip up. Don't beat yourself up over it. But asking yourself those questions can do so much more good for you than bad. So do exercise using those questions to get you through those big decisions.
If you enjoyed It's All Connected by Her Castle Girls, you can find this podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. So search us out there. If you liked this video, click that like button. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and leave a comment below. Let us know how we're doing.
Yes, and once again, check out our website, hercastlegirls.com, where you'll find everything and all things us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you again with another video. Bye!